Right there, ladies and gents, how is it going? I'm out on Daffy, as you can see. Very soggy day up in front of me. Mr. Fish behind. And yeah, as usual, we're just going off to find some lunch. And it's very much, in my opinion, V-Strom weather. This is the stuff that I got this bike for. It's a do-it-all motorcycle and it loves the grotty weather. It really does. And yeah, it's not a cold day. It's just wet and grey, and I'm fine with getting out on the bike when it's wet and grey. Obviously you have to drop your pace down a little bit, but at the moment stuck in traffic. Not big traffic, I admit, but stuck in traffic. So this pace is good. This pace is good, and it's nice to have a little mooch along.
Keep that bud. Rubber side down.
So this video isn't really going to be an exciting ride particularly. It's always hard to get good exciting footage when the weather's like this, but I'm a real world biker and we have to put up with what we get, and this is what we got. But it does give me the opportunity to talk about EICMA. I went over there to Milan the other week with my mate Matt, and yeah, had a little look around the show there. Met up with New Biker when we were there, and Refuel Ride Race, I think that's his channel name, a European chap who was out there and wandering around with New Biker. So it was nice to meet some fellow YouTubers. But the show is what we went there for, not to meet and greet with other people, and it was wonderful. It really was. It was incredibly busy on the day we went. I think New Biker did it better. He did it over 2 or 2.5 days. We just did it over the one. But I did get to see the bikes I wanted to see, and I've put shorts up of the ones I wanted and a few extras that we got to have a poke and prod around, and that was quite wonderful, it really was. So I recorded some video shorts for all the bikes I like the best, as well as some others like I mentioned. So I'll try and link to the favourites or the most notable ones from the show that enticed me, excited me the most, in the top corner as I talk through them. But the biggest, bestest bike of the show for me was not really a surprise, because when I heard about it in the biking press I was quite excited about it, about the styling of it, and that was the new Honda CB1000F. So that is my absolute favourite production bike of EICMA this year, and if I was in the market for an inline 4,000cc bike, that's where my money would go, and it would go quite happily. I don't think it's extortionately expensive. I do think it's a bit weird that it's more expensive than the CB1000 Hornet, but I know the CB1000 Hornet is actually a bit of a steal. So yes, it's not excessive, but it is more expensive than the Hornet. But it is stunning, and it harks back to my youth of sitting on my dad's petrol tank on his CB, I don't know what was 200 or whatever it was, with that was silver and blue, and then again he got a Super Dream in my younger years of motorcycling, which I was miffed at, because I found it was like really old, but only had like 350 miles on it or 3,000 miles on it. It had just been sitting in someone's garden getting covered in moss. And I know the CB250 Super Dream was not exactly an exciting motorcycle, but for me that was the bike that I thought was going to be my first big motorcycle. And yeah, it wasn't, because my dad gazumped me and stole it. He didn't. I didn't have any money, but my dad bought it, and it was cool. It was cool, and yeah. So I have fond memories of sitting on the back of that, blasting up the road as well as you can blast on a CB250 Super Dream. And the silver and black paintwork of that does very much hark back to that styling, and I would definitely have to upset Honda by putting Super Dream stickers on one if I did get one, even though it was a different configuration engine. I think the CB250 Super Dream was a parallel twin. Might be wrong. Could have been a thing, don't know. But yes, so that was my favourite bike. I think they've got the styling just right, and I think finally on the retro scene, a manufacturer actually doing the tail of the bike right as well. They've given it a tail that befits the era that it's representing. I don't like these silly little waggy tail things that they keep sticking on the Triumphs and what have you. And Suzuki as well. Suzuki keep doing it. Well, they all do, don't they? They all do. Yes, it's not retro. That's modern, and it's stupidly modern as well. Give us real bums back on our bikes. I think it's possibly one of the reasons why I like the CB1000F so much, is because it's actually a usable in English weather motorcycle. I could ride it out today with not get roost up my back from the puddles and splashes that I go through. And I'd look amazing, because that CB1000F does look gorgeous. It just does. And if you don't agree with me, you're wrong. So yes, that was my favourite bike of the show. I did like the new Suzuki SV650, which is a 700 and a semi-adventure bike. I thought that looks nice, and it's great that they're keeping the SV650 engine on for another little while, because it is a cracking engine. It really is. My mate Matt, he's contemplating his next motorcycle. He's currently got I think it's a 2015, might be wrong, might be a 2016, not sure, KTM 390 Duke, which he's done track day around Anglesey on and stuff like that. He's had a bit of fun on it. I think he wanted to do some Moto Gymkhana with it, but our life situations change, and that just wasn't possible for him at the time. But he's thinking about chopping that in and getting something different now. And again, on the Honda stand, he's really interested in another bike sharing the same engine, GT or something, I can't remember. Up in the corner is the link to the video of it. But it's a very pretty and highly spec'd out sports tourer, inline 4 again, obviously with the same engine. And yeah, it's even got the fancy electronic suspension, and it's massively undercutting all the other manufacturers of that class of bike. So yes, it will be very interesting to see how that does once it starts hitting the shelves and people can buy it. I think it will sell in huge numbers, and will outstrip demand potentially, because people want a good sports tourer these days. In the world of adventure bikes, we want good sports tourers, and we want them to be good value for money. And I'm not saying the other ones are bad value for money in current climate of pricing, but Honda are just they've got this. They understand what people want, I think, and are producing motorcycles that people can afford, and they're throwing on some good tech. It's got electronic suspension. Madness. So yes, that's very nice, that's very cool, and if Matt does manage to sort it out, I'll be very pleased for him, and I will hopefully try and nab a ride off it, even if it's only a short one, just to see what my thoughts are on it. I'd always rather ride someone else's bike than a dealership one, just because then you can talk to them about any niggles that they've had with the bikes, can't you? Whereas a dealership, all they're going to do is tell you how wonderful it is. A bike I was hugely surprised with, because I'm not really a fan of the brand, but the styling on it is lovely. It really is lovely. It's sort of a retro adventure bike type thing, and that's the BSA Thunderbolt. I think they have got the styling on that just absolutely delightful. Yes, I just think it looks great. I'll not buy one. I'm not really interested in the brand. I don't particularly like them, like I say. Yes, I was very impressed with the styling of that. They've done an amazing job on it, amazing job. And I know that will probably be tempting some people away from the old Royal Enfield Himalayan, because I think it kicks that in the backside. It does, it really does. Looks wise, that new BSA Thunderbolt is a stunner, an absolute stunner. Whether it's reliable, whether the engine is got enough go to be an adventure bike, don't know. Never ridden one, and don't really have plans to. But well done BSA for getting some styling points there. Amazing, well done. Talking of Royal Enfield, the bike of the show, the absolute delight bike of the show for me, was another retro, but it's not a production motorcycle, but it was a Royal Enfield. It was the customised Supermoto in retro colours and retro styling, and it was I would buy one in a second if that was a production bike. I really would, and I'm not a Royal Enfield fan either. I just think that they got that bang on the money with the retro looks, and if they did that as a road legal jobby with a proper tail on it and lights and all that sort of stuff. It did have a headlight, but I don't think it had any rear lights. I might have missed that. But yes, that was cracking. That was. It looked just on the money again, and the paintwork was delightful. I do love a leery paint job, and that was about as retro as paint jobs can get too. So again, huge well done to Royal Enfield, even though they didn't actually do that one. Some custom company did, but yes, it was good. I think that one was based on the Royal Enfield Scram, whatever it is. Yeah, so obviously a good platform for customising. I don't know how much they had to chop and botch it to make all those plastics fit, and I don't really know what bike the plastics came from, because they looked professional plastics, so I think they came from a bike and they've customised them to make them fit on that. But yes, well done Royal Enfield, awesome stuff. Obviously Motorcycle Live is happening at the time I'm recording this video, so I don't know whether there's any surprises there. It was a shame not to see KTM down at EICMA, but I do understand with their financial issues why they've chosen to not go this year, and I imagine that their guys really didn't fancy having to put up with the PR negativity that the brand has. But it is the show. EICMA is the show of the world, effectively, the world stage of your new bikes, and KTM do have some new bikes. Yes, we all missed out on the proper launches of those bikes because of the woes of KTM, and everything got delayed. But they've come out now, and that 390 Adventure R is a bike that I would have very much liked to have sat on. Same with the Enduro version of it, and even the Duke. It's an idea that I really like and support. The A2 category adventure bike, but done nicely in fun and actually off-road focused. But I do think that they have also got a few bits wrong on it. I wonder if they'll fix them in the future years, do a redesign of certain bits, or they'll just try and regroup and regain some losses. I don't know. But yes, the KTM 390 range is quite lovely. It would be cool if they do an RC as well, because that's about time that got upgraded. And I think even if, I don't know if you can get the RC 390 anymore, but I think if you can, it's the last of the ones with a 370cc engine, so giving it the 390 true engine would be grand. I do also think, not that anyone asked, that the A2 category is possibly what's ruining motorcycles, or at least ruining motorcycles for me. It's wonderful if you are needing an A2 motorcycle because that's what your license dictates that you can ride. I think it's great that you've got so much choice, but we've always had restricted bikes. We've always had restricted bikes for those people, and that's what I think the manufacturer should be doing. Sure, it's easier and cheaper probably for them to just do A2 category bikes, but why not give us things like the KTM 690, which just doesn't really have a natural place in the world when you factor in the licensing laws, and then just stick a restrictor kit on it. I mean, the 690 weighs the same as the 390. In fact, it weighs less, I believe. Although I think because it's an enduro, the 390 enduro is possibly a little bit lighter. I'm not sure, but it's effectively the same weight and almost twice the power. So just put a restrictor kit on it. It's compliant. It's under 100 horsepower, so they could do it. They could just give it the correct power to weight ratio. But they haven't, and they've given us the 390. But the same with all the manufacturers. I think we could have an arms race of mid-weight motorcycles if they just didn't have to worry about this A2 category, and possibly if they didn't have to worry about all the emissions rubbish, because it is rubbish. It's absolute BS, I think. especially on motorcycles, when the average mileage of a UK motorcyclist is around 3,000 miles a year. It's not like we're contributing to global warming or climate change or whatever that is, particularly. Yes. There was quite a lot of electric vehicles there, mainly small capacity type ones. Zero were there, but to be honest, it wouldn't surprise me if that brand is one that vanishes soon. They've done all the research for everyone. They were the trendsetters effectively with it, but people just don't want them. People don't want them. Honda have got an electric vehicle now for the motorcycles. But I don't think it's going to sell hugely. I don't think bikers really care about it. There's a few that love electric bikes because they've either managed to persuade themselves that they're not suffering for having an electric vehicle with sitting for 40 minutes or so to put a 60% charge on their bike with a fast charge. Yeah. Everyone keeps going on about 20 to 80% is only takes 30 minutes or 40 minutes or something on fast charging, but that's not 80% charge, that's 60% charge, only just over half. And then if you were to give it the rest of that charge, it would take double that again. They're not fast charging. I know cars aren't either, but at least they've got the range. Rant. I am a fan of electric though. I have just bought myself another electric bicycle. My previous one I've passed on to Pezza, Big Pezza, and he and his dad are probably going to enjoy that very much. And there's a Mr. Fish. Hello, Mr. Fish.
You go down the coast?
Yeah.
What a coincidence. Me too.
What? What? To the cafe?
You that Hippo-Drones guy?
I've heard of him. Isn't he that fat fucker that keeps falling off motorbikes in the dirt?
Owes me 20 quid. What a wanker.
Twat. NX. Or ZX.
Hey?
Or ZX.
Yeah, 81.
Yeah, Spectrum. The Spectrum, yeah. It's the same colours.
Spectrum.
Yes.
Like me, on the Spectrum.
You are on the Spectrum. It's a good place to be, apparently.
Huh?
It's a good place to be.
It is. Fantastic.
So Big Pezza and his old man are now scooting around on my old Engeway, the L20 Boost. It was an awesome electric bicycle. I really enjoyed my time with it. It's I mean, to be honest, it sparked a new enjoyment, a new hobby for me, and because of that is why I've actually sold it and got something different now. I just found myself wanting to be able to go a little bit further and have a little bit more finesse on the controls. It was a £1,000 electric bicycle, and that is a lot of money. It is a lot of money, but once you factor in the electric part of that, that does mean that the rest of the bicycle is not hugely expensive. And it was cracking. If all I wanted to do was commute on it, then I would have just kept that and carried on as I was. But I've wanted to go further afield and maybe go off-road a little bit or onto some trails and bridleways. And although it would do some, the hub motor on it is a little bit of a drawback when you're trying to do climbs and stuff like that, because the bike wants to wheelie because it's got less weight on the front and all that. Yeah, it's what it is. Yeah, it's not that it's not capable, it perfectly is, but I just wanted something a little bit more refined, and my employer does this ride to work scheme where you get your tax break on it, so you don't pay tax on the earnings that you spend on the bike, and you pay it back over a year. And I thought that's an absolute steal, that is. So that's what I did. Got myself a Trek FS Plus 4, which has got nice practical mudguards and lights already on it, and it's got the smaller wheels because I'm dinky, and it's also got shorter travel suspension, so it's not the best off-road, but I don't think I'm ever going to be doing Olympic spec downhill mountain biking on it. I'm not fit enough, and I don't really want to die. Trail riding on motorcycles is far safer, I think, than downhill mountain biking from what I've seen. But yes, I am looking forward to getting that mucky. I've already got it a little bit mucky on one of the rides I've done recently. I went out with Big Pezza he was on the L20 and I was on the new one, and we did one of the local trails, got coffee and a burger each, and then rode back, and that was I can't remember how far that one was, but it was I don't know, about 15 miles or so, and that was a nice little couple of hours out. But yesterday I did a 26-mile round trip on the bike, just solo, just by myself. I rode from where I live to where my dad lives, and stopped there for a cup of tea and a natto with my stepmom, and then rode home, and it was lovely. It was cracking, and the bike is just so capable. And with a 26-mile ride, I still had over 60% battery left. It's overall, I think it's a much better bicycle for my requirements, and I'm already contemplating going to Leith Hill on it. To do the bridleways that I can't do on my motorcycles. So that will be really quite cool to explore some new parts of that little hill. It's actually our biggest hill. It's the tallest part of Sussex, possibly even Surrey as well. I'm not sure where it falls, whether it's Surrey or Sussex. I guess it's Surrey Hills, isn't it? But yes, it's the tallest hill in the south of England, and it's not very tall, only about 200 metres or something like that. But it is a good clamber, so it should be good fun to explore climbing up that and seeing what that's all about, and then climbing down it as well. See how scary that is. It hasn't got the best tyres in the world, so yes, the going down bit I am a bit worried about, because grip is something that you very much want when you're going downhill and you can't use your brakes very well. It is very nice having both brakes on the handlebars though. Yes, I know I'm kind of falling apart these days and my ankle is duff, so using the rear brake on a motorcycle I do find not a challenge, but I just find it hard work to do, so I just don't, which is one of the reasons why I like these parallel twins and V-twins and single cylinder bikes, because you don't really need the rear brake on them too much. Maybe for a little bit of stability or something, or off-road when you're wanting to intentionally lock the rear wheel up to slow you down and things. But on the road the engine braking is generally more than enough on those bikes. I guess that means I've got a new hobby, doesn't it, really? I've kind of given up on the radio control cars that I did during COVID. I just wasn't any good and didn't see any progress in my ability. So I kind of sold most of the stuff I've got, apart from the ones I like the look of. I've just got them as ornaments now. But the e-bicycling, I am very much loving that, and I can see it being a long-term love affair of a new form of exercise and seeing the world. It would be quite nice to do some bicycling trips, stick a tent on my back or something or other, but that's down the line once I'm a bit fitter. Oh, it looks like it's clearing up a little bit now. We're over the downs, or almost over the downs. Heading down to West Beach Cafe as our usual haunt. They are on their winter hours now, but they are open today, so looking forward to seeing the staff down there. They are a good bunch down there, they really are, and it's nice food, great location. Still a little bit wet in the air, but it's alright, I do have my winter lining in my rucker. I have made that concession. I mean, it is middle of November now, so I guess that's fair enough. Whiteways is well and truly closed now. I have seen the plans for the new place. Looks interesting. You can see the coast down there, but I know the camera won't pick it out. But it does look like it is clearing up, which is nice. I'm not going to drag you all the way down to the cafe, but please do know that I highly recommend the West Beach Cafe. They are wonderful, wonderful people, lovely location, and great food too. So do check them out if you haven't already. I'll put a link to their Facebook page or something or other down below in the description. But yes, do check them out. Just to remember they're on winter hours now. Anyways, I guess that's about it. So I've given you my rundown of the bikes I loved from EICMA. I've given you a little bit of an update on my e-bike situation, and I've told you I'm going to go and stuff my face. The world is a better place for it, hey? The world is a better place for it. It was very nice to have Mr. Fish join me for this ride, and thanks for the short notice coming out. Yeah, I only told him I was coming out about half an hour before we left. So yes, it's nice that you had a day off to come down to, come and play bikes. Yeah, so go give him a little bit of a follow too on his socials, his YouTube and Instagram and all that stuff, and I'm sure he will appreciate that. And there's the man himself.
Not saying everything.
Oh, and look at that, finally, as we get to the end of the video, the rain seems to have pretty much stopped. It's all brightening up, wonderful, perfect, great timing. But anyway, yeah, so if you haven't done so already, do click the subscribe button to my channel. If you like the video, give it a big old thumbs up. If you like EICMA, if you like Motorcycle Live, if you like motorcycles, if you like Mr. Fish, give it a big old thumbs up. And please do drop down a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Comments are the most appreciated things in the universe. So find a way, drop down something down below. Anyways, you ride safe, take care, and we shall catch you all in the next one. Bye bye for now.
Keep that bar. Rubber side down. You know, you gotta keep that bike. Rubber side down.
I don't believe it. We actually got through without the gates going down. That's a rarity. Right, actually bye. Bye!